Good morning everyone, this is Wannabe Sailor coming back to you from Port Elizabeth. I'm currently at my apartment. As you can see, it's Monday morning and I am busy preparing for my trip down to Cape Town for my US visa appointment coming up soon. Now, a few weeks ago, obviously thanks to this Iran war, we had a huge fuel shortage here in South Africa, and at that point I was camping actually in Onrus next to Hermanus, and I had 4 jerry cans that I took with when I left here, and as well as the 2 jerry cans that fits on the nose cone of my off-road caravan there. I had them all filled when I was at Onrus, and I actually went and I bought another 2 jerry cans, 220 liters, and in total I now have 180 liters of diesel. That was still at the old price of 20 rand 80 or 20, call it 21 rand a liter, where it's now just over 28 rand a liter. So I'm going to use this diesel, and I will put in 40 liters now. As you can see my setup, those are the 2 jerry cans that fits in the nose cone of my caravan, so I will use them first and leave them here. I won't need them again. I bought a little diesel or a fuel transfer pump from Ardendorf here in South Africa. It's a pretty nice pump and it works damn well. Now, the way that I put the jerry cans on the back of the pickup's load box, as you can see, all to the left, which is right at the fuel cap, right there, just above the forward part of the wheel arch. But it'll also offset my weight in the vehicle, because our steering wheel is not on the wrong side, it's on the right side. That was a little joke for my American friends. Yeah, you drive on the right side of the road and we drive on what's left of the road, because our roads are so full of potholes. Anyway, yeah, our roads aren't that bad, just certain areas. But anyway, easy access through the side opening of the canopy, where I can just stand next to the pickup, open the jerry can, put in the fuel transfer pump, and it is long enough so it'll reach my fuel cap opening, which is right there. So yeah, there we go. Nice, quick, easy access. So for anyone that packs a pickup when they go on a long distance travel or road, this might be a good setup to think of, because again, in South Africa, the left side is the verge of the road, so when you pull off the road and the traffic will be on the right side, so that leaves you out of harm's way, out of the traffic's way, safe. Put in your diesel and off you go. Anyway, let me get transferring over here, and as soon as I got it set up, I will be back with you guys again and show you how quickly it actually works. Well, this is the fuel transfer pump. That is the part that screws onto your jerry can, and your suction tube that fits with a motor on the inside of your jerry can, and there's your spout, and it actually, you can see there's a white wire inside. So as soon as that spout, your fuel tank is full and you get that kickback of the fuel in the nozzle of your tank, this nozzle kicks off your pump automatically, which is another good thing. USB rechargeable, that's obviously if you actually use rechargeable batteries. And then you can see the adapters for the different size jerry cans and different threads to fit on your specific jerry can. So I've opened the jerry cans, and I will just, luckily with this jerry can, this fits in, but you get certain jerry cans where it does not. Unfortunately, this one will not be able to screw on because it's a completely different, these are the metal ones, So yeah, there we go. There's the spout, there's the pump. Open up the pickup, put that one in there, and as you can see, it can actually lock onto something. If you want to lock it onto your fuel cap like that, so it doesn't jump off, you can do that. There you go. And it's just a question of switching it on. And off she goes. It's easy as that. No more siphoning, no more sucking on a hose and getting a mouthful of diesel and spitting, trying to get that taste out of your mouth. It's easy as that. And they're not expensive. You can hear it running, pumping. Sweet. Like 2 lemons. Well, it ain't gonna kick off automatically now because my tank is just below half, and these are 220 liters, so that's 40 liters. So it might get it to the full line, I don't know, but by the second jerry can I will let you guys know. But you can also see how quickly it'll empty this 20 liters. But it does say on the box 2.4 gallons per minute. So yeah, it'll take about three minutes for this thing to empty. Get back to you guys later. Okay, and that was real quick. On to the second one. And as you guys can see, us here in South Africa don't have different colored grades of diesel. We don't have agricultural diesel, we don't have regular diesel. So we've just got one color diesel. It's slightly yellow, and just to show you, or to let you hear it, there's a few ounces inside that tank. I mean, probably not even half a cup. So that little pump gets out the last bit. Obviously, if you tilt the jerry can forward and off to the side so you can get that suction of the pump into the bottom corner of the jerry can, it literally gets everything out. Damn, this is nice. It works really well. So we'll see if this one will kick off, if it gets all the way to the mouth of the fill line for the pickup. I'll hold the jerry can forward and to the side, and then we'll see what it does. If it does, if it does not kick off and my tank is not all the way filled up, I'll probably just have to top off maybe a few liters at the filling station, which I will record later on when I eventually do that, so everyone can see. It's a steady flow, not fast, but you don't want fast because you don't want to cause any spillage or the nozzle coming out and wasting and spilling all over your pickup and everything else. So we're already 2 minutes in. I'll just hold the jerry can, I'll tilt it forward and to the edge so that the suction sits on the bottom of that one corner, and then we'll see at what timeline it actually kicks off, if it does, or if the pump starts sucking air. We can have an indication of how long it takes to pump 20 liters. We're in now 2 minutes and 41 seconds on this jerry can. Well, actually, since I started this this part of with my vlogging camera, so about 30 seconds less than what the runtime was. So we're now at 3 minutes and 5 seconds, so we should be run time on the pump 2 minutes and about 40 seconds. That at the bottom, so if it does fill all the way to the top, it'll kick off. Bit difficult. Would have liked to have a flashlight pointing down there, but I've got the jerry can MacGyvered and holding this one and the camera in the other hand, so yeah, multitasking. You see, women or ladies, us men can multitask. And it's still running. I don't see any air line or air bubbles coming up the line. So yep, still pumping. And we're now 4 minutes in. And there comes the air. I can hear it cavitating, so I'll just lift this up, get that fuel out of the line. Yep, that's pumping air. Switch it off. And now this is going to be difficult. I will try and hold this up. Not much in there. Then we get the funnel and we'll throw that out, and then we'll see how much is left in the jerry can. But I honestly don't know how I'm going to hold the jerry can, the funnel and the camera. Hold on, let me clean my hands and get this set up quickly, properly. Okay, well, as you guys can see, I've went and I fetched my adjustable tripod. I will try and not make a spill. This is what was left in the jerry can after that fuel transfer with, I hope I can lift this up far enough. Oh man. Alrighty, let's try it. Tilt it like this, there we go. That's about it. That was left inside of the jerry can, not a lot. So working pretty well. I am really happy with this pump. As you can see, not a lot left in there. And as you guys have seen now, there was not much left in that jerry can after I used the funnel to get the last few drops out. Now I can't see a fuel level in that full neck of the pickup, so I will top up at the filling station when I leave tonight. But I am really impressed with this little fuel transfer pump. There you can see the USB-C port if you do use rechargeable batteries inside, which I don't have in yet. I don't see the need to put rechargeable batteries in there, as this fuel pump obviously will be sold with my pickup when I do end up leaving and going to Florida and staying on the boat. I'm not going to need it. So yeah, that's another chapter in my life closing. And the caravan I will take to the caravan dealership. They will give it a good clean and it will stand on their lot to be sold as well. Catch up with you guys later. Oh, and just out of interest, thanks to South Africa's unique crime that we've got in South Africa, we call affirmative shopping. If the Marmite monsters can see what's inside your canopy, they would like to break in and help themselves to your hard-earned goods. So I took one of these silver windshield sun protectors. I cut it with a knife and I literally just glued it with super glue. So when you close it, you can't see anything inside. Let me just close this up. So yeah, to keep the prying eyes out, that is what I have done with mine. Just a interesting tip. Use it, don't use it. Well, I just visited with an old, well, not an old friend, but with a friend of mine, Michael Mayron, here on his farm in Montague. I met him when I was still working for Valaris on the DS-17. He is a subsea surveyor. But yeah, on my way to Cape Town, and I just came and stopped and visited him. He was back in South Africa, so, and man, this lovely gravel road to his farm is about 40 kilometers in the mountains in Montague, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love this. But then again, it's a gravel road. This to me is therapy that no psychologist can give. Just gravel road, endless gravel roads, and beautiful views on views. Just look at these mountains. Well, not mountains like in the US, but it's mountains for us here in South Africa. And Matroosburg is covered in snow, so it's extremely cold out here. Well, more than normal. And we'll be going through a mountain pass there on the other side here soon. And as soon as we get back to that spot, I will start the camera again. I shall see you guys later. Man, this is beautiful. Ah, just look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna drive to Paarl now. I'll go visit my cousin. Her husband, I think, is working in Piketberg at the moment, so she should be home. I will surprise her and just walk in unannounced if she's there. If not, then that's also fine. I'll just carry on then going to Cape Town. Bit of a breeze blowing and it's 9 degrees Celsius still. It was 6 degrees this morning when I stopped over here. At least it has warmed up a bit. But oh man, this is just awesome. As soon as I get to car's nameplate, I shall start the camera again. And that's about it. That'll wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it if you stayed till the end. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I shall see you guys in the next video.